Hey, Shalom, Marcus, welcome back. Passion Jim, Sunday, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Shemi, Shai, Bashim, Chachodash. I'm going to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles, and James, and Shalom, out there to the hopeful. Let's Christian truth and all sincerity. Back with another video here, right? I'm going to entitle this one, Buckle Up for Hot Winter. There seems to be a lot of emphasis that, has being pushed out there in the media, around September. With everything that's going on right now, and there's multiple things that are going on right now which mention the month of September. Wherever it lands or wherever it falls, this winter is gonna be is gonna be an interesting one, to say the least, right? And this is just an image that brother had put up, right, given this whole Taliban or Afghanistan situation. And they were, putting this up on the news, right? So they're mentioning potential terror threats from these terrorist groups, the Taliban and that. They keep mentioning 9/11, okay, which also happened in September, right, 2001, I believe it was. So they're bringing all these things to the forefront of people's minds, and it's this time we're heading, okay, we're in August, halfway through August, and really what they're doing is that they're telling the people that you should be expecting something, happening in September, which we all know it's the elites. The elites are orchestrating things, behind the scenes, but they're preparing the people to accept, whatever it is that they're gonna, use that situation for, right? And like I said, there's multiple things that are happening, as to what these people should be prepared to to obey, whatever it is they want to bring in, right? But here, anyway, this is a potential terror threats. This is a opposition to CV measures, right? Because why? Because September is also the same time where they're looking to, you know, bring out these you know verifications, to whether you've taken the max and all that kind of stuff. So people are going to be getting denied, getting fired, or people already started getting fired. But that whole system's going to be supposed to be in place in September, where you got to confirm and verify that you've had your doses, your 2 doses, and you're still wearing your mask and getting your negative testing and all this kind of stuff, right? So people are going to get real pissed off with this whole system that's going to get put in place, because they're going to really put pressure on the unmaxed, and make life real difficult for them, right? To create pressure, in order them to give into that pressure, man, to get maxed. So you got that going on as well. Okay, that's another thing that they're bringing in place in September. These are what they call these passports, right? Next one we say claims of election fraud, believe Trump can be reinstated. So you got them patriots, and them so-called patriots back up there in America, right? That still feel salty that Trump lost, and they're being marginalized and pressurized to submit to the Max program, which Biden is currently in charge of. So they're feeling disgruntled, and they feel like they want to take back their country and all this kind of stuff, right? So you got these agitated Americans out there ready to maybe do something. So they're putting putting that out there for people to think on, right? And then they got 9/11 anniversary and religious holidays. All right, so again with the whole Afghanistan situation and the Taliban gaining control of Kabul and all that kind of stuff, and you know threat of retaliation, because America's been blowing the shit out of them for like 20 years now. You know, so they're expecting some sort of threat. So it's funny that, you know, America just up and ran away. You ran away, turn tail, right? You ran out of there, right? And so, you know, and you left them with all this military equipment. Just you know, coincidentally, right? They got all this military equipment that you didn't destroy, right? You know, it doesn't sound set up at all, does it? Right? And now you're warning the people about these retaliation attacks just before September comes along. You know, timing. You know, we don't believe in coincidence. But we know these things are thought out, planned, right? So you know, they're basically saying to you, man, something's gonna happen in September for one reason or another. All of them, you know, there's a lot going on. All right, and you know, you still got food crises going on, so you know that's gonna add to the flame, add to the problems. All right, but what I wanted to go through, I just put up September news in Google, and I just wanted to see what news articles that refer to September, right? So you know, a lot of these are going to be trash, garbage, but let's see what we can find, right? All right, so well, here in the UK, you got disastrous August weather. Oh, this is promising news for September. Okay, so the weather in August is supposed to be better, warmer. I'm guessing is what they're really talking about. We know we've had a lot of bad weather, you know, this month or so, and a lot of rain and storms and stuff like that. All right. Again, talking about the CV. Oh, full proof of max condition of entry to nightclubs at the end of August, September. That was a week ago. 2 jabs needed to enter nightclubs from September. Okay, but they're going to be really pushing this past, which you're going to see. PM confirms CV Max certificates will come into force in September. All right. UK Max boost scheme. Okay, the boost jabs. Right. They're going to be, because you know most of the country has been jabbed, except for was it children under 12? I think it is. But the majority of this population in England has been jabbed. You know, first and second, right? So next also, next also is your children. You know, and this is where it's gonna get real sensitive, real sensitive, because they're gonna put pressure on you for your children, man. They're gonna be citing all kinds of laws and child abuse shit because you're not getting your children maxed. You know, so they're gonna be like, oh, you don't know how to look after your children. We have to take your children away from you and all this kind of stuff, right? They're gonna put pressure on us, man. They're gonna put pressure on the people, right? So, like I said, September is lining up for a very interesting month or two. You know, this winter is gonna be a different winter, man. All right. Oh yeah, that as well. Not all, it says Guernsey's co-funded payroll scheme to end in September. Okay, but the one I was thinking about was Biden. Biden was supposedly definitely gonna stop the extra $300 in the benefits scheme. You know, because it was more when Trump was in office. It was $600, I believe, and then got cut down to 300, and now they're looking to terminate that program in September. So you know that's going to affect a lot of poor people that are on these benefits right now. So how are they going to fare? You had the memorandum or moratorium or something like that with with the housing, the renting issue. People getting kicked out of their houses. That was extended, but for how long? You know, when's that going to stop? When are these people going to? Because people have been losing their places already. So people are out on the streets already. You know, then it gets extended, and then some people get to keep their place, and but for how long? It's gonna all come apart at some point, right? And there's gonna be a lot of people out there homeless, adding to the more problems. So the increase in crime and theft and all this types of stuff. Death. People are gonna be starving. Disease. You know, it's all gonna stack up, man. All gonna stack up. US announces plan to offer boosters. Yeah. Uh, Lockdowns. Well, they're expecting a surge, right? Here in the UK, they're saying they're expecting a surge in cases because winter's coming, because it's gonna get colder, right? And people will get more sick during the winter, and blah blah blah. Even though the majority of the population has been maxed, apparently, you know, they're still at risk. So, you know, there's no guarantees of protection. So yeah, they're expecting you to get ill still in the winter. So, you know, they're expecting the surge when really there shouldn't be one. But you know, that's what they're saying. So a lockdown's another possibility again in, you know, here in UK or wherever, because they're saying you're still at threat. You know, so because the hospitals are overrun, even though you're forcing them to get maxed, they don't want to get maxed, so you're firing them or whatever. You know, it's completely idiotic. You know, but these are the schemes of the devil, of the elites. You know, this is how they're playing it. They're creating the scenario, you know, the situations to, you know, sit there and blame everybody else. You know, to create this chaos that's coming. All right, so lockdowns, that's another thing on the table right now. Um, so, US to start third jab in September, but who says it's like? Let me see what this one's saying. I don't know what this one is yet. A day ago. Okay. Yeah, some countries starting booster shots, but some other countries haven't even got one or two. So they want to spread it out first before people start taking three. Anyway. Okay, let's do Ireland. No easing of restrictions until September. So yeah, here Joe Biden stops extra $300 unemployment benefits past September. So you the extra money's gonna get cut off for from September. September's gonna be a hard month for people, man. Okay, and going forward, you know, it's not gonna be a pleasant winter. Hell no, not gonna be pleasant at all. What else we got? See, they're mentioning the September 11th anniversary and possible attacks and that kind of stuff, or related attacks. More people doing boosters. Some people delaying lockdown measures. Mm. So, you know, like I said, there's a bunch of stuff, you know, happening that's gonna shape this winter, man. Alright, one more page. Okay, yeah, CV Max for kids likely September or soon after, right? So, like I said, they're gonna move on because initially they didn't need them. Okay, they weren't at risk. Now it seems like they have to have it too, or you gonna face problems as parents, you know. Okay, this is in what? This is in India, but you know this is pretty much what it means for the rest of the world. And they're doing the same thing. You see what's happening in Israel right now. Yeah, man, to be taking children away and everything, man. You know, so all right. So it says presently phase two and three trials are going on for children between 2 and 18. So as young as 2, you know. Like I said, in the UK, I think 12 and above or 14 and above has been offered it and all that kind of stuff. But below that, haven't been offered it yet. But they will. So, you know, they're looking to get, you know, small and great, rich and poor, as the scripture tell you, right? They don't want to miss out nobody. All right, they don't want to miss out nobody. Okay, but enough of these articles anyway. You're getting, you should have the point. All right, so let me just grab some scriptures. All right, I'm going to start with Matthew 24 and verse 20. It says, "Pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." Okay, and these people don't realize it, but we keep telling you people, we keep saying it, keep bringing out these scriptures, keep bringing out these prophecies. This world that you live in, man, is going to turn into a real effing nightmare for everybody. And although it's good for us, that those that believe in these scriptures, man, this place is going to be a horrible place, but a lot worse than what it currently is. And these people have no idea what they're walking into. Have no idea how bad things are really going to get. They're underestimating these scriptures, man. They're underestimating where this is all going, everything that's happening, where it's all going to go. They're underestimating it, man. They think life is going to return to normal. That's what they really believe. That's what they blindly think that's what's going to happen. That things are going to get better and not worse. And this is why the scripture calls these types of people fools. All right, because we're going, like it says here, man. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation." Great tribulation is on the way. All right, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. And there's a lot of things that have happened in history. Hell, the Lord flooded the earth. Right? There's a lot of things that have happened in history, man. And none of these things are going to compare to this time that we're about to go into. All right. It's Daniel chapter 12 verse 1, and it says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, who is standing for the children of thy people, and his people, or Lord's people, are the Israelites. Okay, beginning with the elect. Right, it says, such as never was. So, and there should be a time of trouble such as never was. Okay, saying the same thing in Matthew 24, right? Since there was a nation even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Right. So the men of the Lord, we have hope of getting through this period of tribulation, of great tribulation. Right, and this is why we focus on the scriptures and not focused on the world and what's going on. Trying to live in this world, because the world is going to fall, man. The world is going to be done away with. This life that people are living, man, it's going to end. Okay, but those that believe in the scriptures, man, are going to have life. They're going to live. Okay, and then they're going to be established in the kingdom. So this is why we concentrate on those things. We concentrate on these scriptures, man. We concentrate on the kingdom of heaven. We concentrate on serving the Lord. Okay, we don't concentrate on serving ourselves and serving this world and serving Esau. We're not trying to establish our dreams in this place. So we're not trying to hold on to it. It's whenever it goes down, it goes down. But Lord willing, soon as possible, man, because we want to get the head out of here. All right, this is Micah chapter 2 verse 1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands." Okay, these elites are the ones scheming. They're the ones setting up this disaster to happen. All right, and the Most High is the one moving, and the Most High is the one putting the spirit in them to do these things. Okay, but it's the elites that are kind of like orchestrating these events to take place, and setting these time scales, and setting these things up basically. And like I said, what they've been setting up right now and what they keep putting it out there in the media, right, that September is supposed to be some sort of, important month, so to speak. And then also you got, what they call October surprise and all this kind of stuff, which is right off the back of September. So this period, this winter period is always a tense period, man. Because like I said, these elites are always planning around these times, man. Where it's in line with certain you know, constellations, and where, whatever it is that with their idol worship and all this kind of stuff. So you know they're always in the dark, planning and plotting, scheming, right? The next thing, and there's always a next thing, right? There's always a next thing. Okay, it keeps on going and going, right? Until they can't scheme and plot no more because they're going to be destroyed. It says that when the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hands. Okay, they're the ones that are able to do it because they have the power, the influence, the money, the resources to do all these things. You know, who think who runs these terrorist groups? Where they getting their funding from? Oh, hold on a second. They just got gifted, gifted by America, right? The new weapons. But there's your answers, man. No military will just just leave high tech equipment to a bunch of desert warriors, man. That shouldn't have shit. You know what I mean? Like, where are they getting all this shit from? It was not the first time they've got hold of tanks and stuff like that from America. You know what I mean? Like, what? But people are so simple. They just think, oh yeah, it just happened. No, they were given them, man. Okay, like I said, it's not for the first time, man. But they can't be bothered to like to sit there and make some convoluted lie about it. They're just, oh yeah, we had to get out there. We just left them there. Not that we're funding them, you know, or whatever, some other more complicated story. But no, these elites, they fund these so-called terrorist groups. America proxy armies and all this kind of stuff, and Russia proxy armies and whatever. But and then they're being funded, right? To to be put up as boogeymen and stuff like that. But anyway, right? Um, where was we? Where are we? Time. All right. So even though like I said, this winter, it's going to be an interesting watch. We're going to see how peak it's going to get, how it's going to develop. And so we're going to continue prophesying until the downfall of this place, man. Okay, but we expect things to get more tense. Of course we do. All right, but in these situations where it's going to become very difficult for people to deal with, okay, the men of the Lord, they're going to be all right, man. We're going to be all right, Lord willing. The Lord's going to protect us and get us through things, even though when it seems, hard to bear. Because the Lord, He cares for His elect, and He's not going to let us suffer beyond measure, beyond our capability, But I'm gonna read this, and we'll close out on this. Right? It says, in Psalm 17, verse 7, it says, "Shew thy marvelous loving kindness, O thou that savest by thy right hand, them which put their trust in thee from those that rise up against them." Okay, because Esau's is rising up against us, man. It says, "Keep me as the apple of the eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wings, from the wicked that oppress me." Because they're out here oppressing the people more and more, controlling your freedoms, your liberties. All right, at least you want to control every aspect of your life. I was reading another article today about these cars, man. After 2022, any new cars or whatever have to be fitted with speed restriction limiters and all this kind of stuff. And on the surface, it sounds like it's okay. It'll make everything safer, right? But I'm pretty sure the statistics for high speed deaths is fairly low in comparison to lower speed deaths. I would be fairly certain. Most people in car crashes die at lower speeds than super high excessive speeds. So they're pushing it as health and safety, fair enough, whatever. But they want to, they don't want you going nowhere. They want to control. They want to control you. They want to control what you do, how you do it. It's about control. You You can't escape from no policeman if your car can't or won't go faster. But they're gonna be unrestricted, no doubt. So they just want, it's just control. It's all about control at the end of the day. That's what Esau wants. He wants to control every aspect of you. You want you using cars. Eventually. But yeah, he's oppressing the people. All right, and it's gonna get worse. All right, as he creates his NWO, right? Verse 9, from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who come past me about. They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. Okay, Esau is proud as hell. These elites are proud as hell, right? They feel they're on the precipice of, creating that new NWO, right? So they have now compassed us in our steps, and they have set their eyes bowing down to the earth, like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places, man. Esau is ready to pounce. And Scripture says, he coming for great wrath because he have but a short time. Okay, he's preparing himself, he's getting ready, doing all kinds of drills and sending false flags and all kinds of stuff, right? He's getting ready to smash the society, to take his prey on the weak, right? To take its prey, to establish his NWO, right? To establish his mark, right? It says verse 13, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So Esau is set up to be the sword on the left-hand side of the Lord to punish what, primarily who's punishing us, right? Had us in slavery and all of that, but it's the earth. This is why Esau is the wicked above any wickedness that's gone on in the earth, above any other heathen. He is the worst of the heathen, right? Because he's literally, putting a sword to everybody. All right, but the Most High is not going to allow him to establish that NWO, man. He's going to get disappointed. All right, and Yahushua is going to come and swipe it away from him, man. And it's kind of reminiscent of Jacob and Esau. Esau had the blessing being the firstborn, but he didn't. He despised it, and Jacob come and took it away, right? Because he would have got the blessing if he hadn't done that. Now, Esau's on the precipice of what he thinks is receiving that blessing on a carnal level. If he's going to establish this NWO, and Yahushua is going to come and swipe it away, just to remind him, nah, you sold your birthright, Esau. You don't get to have this everlasting rulership that you're trying to get. It don't belong to you. And Yahushua is going to come and rip it from him, man. The saints shall take the kingdom. He's going to get ripped from him. So the Most High is going to disappoint him, man, because Yahushua is going to come and intervene and take it from him. Okay, and this is what we hope in. This is what we trust in. This is why we're not afraid of these things that are going to happen. Even though, yeah, it's going to be bad. But we're not afraid because we trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We know our Savior is on his way. All right, we know Esau is not going to he's not going to see his plans come to fruition. Okay, that's what we believe in. All right. So, with that, I say I hope this video was edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next one, man. So till then, I'll say shalom.